beautiful people. Welcome back to another episode of Nikki's Savory Vegan Eats. I am Nikki and I'm going to be your hostess, in which I'm going to be making out another savory vegan dish for you guys. So without further ado, what are we going to be making tonight? I'm glad you asked that question. So I'm going to be making a vegan birria, Mexican tacos with consume. So I'm going to say that one more time. I'm going to be making a vegan birria. Birria is a Mexican word. I can't trill my tongue. I could never do it when I actually practiced Spanish in high school and college. But I'm going to be making a vegan birria tacos with consume. So birria actually is derived from Mexico, from the state of Jalisco. And so basically what it stands for is it's like a savory meat dish or stew, if you will. And many times the Mexican people actually use goat meat or some type of beef or deer to go with it. In this case, I'm gonna actually veganize it. Is that a word? I don't even know. Right now, I'm too lazy to figure it out, to find out. But nonetheless, I'm gonna be making birria tacos with consume. Consume is a gravy. So I'm gonna be making that where we can take our vegan birria tacos and we can just actually dip it. I love sauces where I can just dip, I just love savoriness. So without further ado, you guys, let's go ahead and make these tacos. Okay, so for this recipe, for our actual meat, for the birria tacos, what I'm going to be using is jackfruit. Yep, so I get my jackfruit from Trader Joe's and it is in brine, as you guys can see. I'm going to actually use 3 cans of jackfruit. Jackfruit is actually amazing. It takes on, the texture of any type of pulled chicken or pulled pork. You can actually incorporate it into, tacos, your chilies, and in this case, your birria tacos. So jackfruit is indeed a fruit. It actually comes from the same family of figs and mulberries, and it's actually derived from like the Western Ghats of southern India. The Western Ghats is actually like a mountain range, so you can find jackfruit there as well as in the rainforest of Malaysia. What I'm going to be using is 3 different types of peppers. This is really going to be the premise for my recipe. So I'm going to be using Chile de Arbol. I'm going to be using several of those. So rest assured, I will be dropping the recipe in the description of my YouTube video. I'm also going to be using my Chile Guajillo. I hope I said that right. Chile Guajillo, yes. So I'll be using these as well. And last but not least, I'm going to be using my Chile Pasilla. So a whole lot of chilies is going in this recipe today. And because sometimes I like to get a little bit extra with my recipes, you guys, I actually found some chipotle salsa that I thought would come in handy. So I may just take a little bit snippet of this and add to my consomme as well. So to prepare up my birria sauce, I'm going to take my 7 Guajillo chilies and my 1 Pasilla chili using my gloves, and I'm going to simply remove the stems off of the peppers, at which I'm going to start to devein out the seeds of my peppers. And once I do that, I'm going to make sure that all of the seeds are in the bowl and continue out this process to build out my birria sauce. Next, I'm going to boil my peppers for about 10 minutes or so until they're fully soft and ripe. Next, I'm going to take my boiled peppers and place them inside my blender to continue building out my birria sauce. I'm going to add a half a cup of cooking liquid that was produced from boiling my peppers. In addition, 5 garlic cloves, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, a half a tablespoon of oregano, 1 bay leaf, and a 1/3 cup of white vinegar. Next, I'm going to blend my ingredients for 2 minutes and get a 2-minute workout in as well. And voila, you have my birria sauce. Next, we're going to prep the jackfruit by simply rinsing off the brine from the jackfruit very thoroughly. We're then going to rinse off the jackfruit and then boil it for the first hour to remove all the brine. We're going to repeat the process a second time and rinse off our jackfruit and boil it for an additional hour until it's nice and pinkish green and tender. Here's a fun part to this process. Now I'm going to take my jackfruit and simply squeeze it all together until I get all of the juice from the brine out of it until my jackfruit is completely dry. I'm going to use my muscles, my biceps and triceps, and get all of the brine out of the jackfruit. Doesn't it look like shredded chicken? Now I'm going to take 1 tablespoon of olive oil and then add all of my dried jackfruit to a pot and cook it and stir it until it's nicely brown for about 5 minutes. I'm going to add 4 cups of vegetable broth for added flavor to my jackfruit. Next, I'm going to be straining my Guajillo and Pasilla sauce. So you want to make sure that you strain this out as much as possible so that the sauce can be smooth and leave behind the residue. Next, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of Maggi seasoning to give my jackfruit an added rich color and flavor. You can find this in your local Spanish store. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of pink Himalayan salt, as well as chipotle salsa, which is optional. I'm going to add 2 cups of water to blend out my birria sauce broth. Last but not least, I'm going to add a half an onion to my birria sauce for a hint of sweetness. To make my consomme, I'm going to add 25 Chile de Arbol Peppers, half a cup of water, 1 teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt, and 1 garlic clove, and I'm going to simply puree this until it's completely smooth. And at last, my birria sauce is now complete. Next, I'm going to take my tortillas and warm them on low heat. I decided to use the Trader Joe's corn and wheat tortillas, but you can use any tortilla of your choice. I'm simply going to take some of my birria sauce and lightly brush both sides of the tortilla until it has a nice touch of redness from the birria sauce. Next, I'm going to be adding my BioLife mozzarella and cheddar shreds, which is not only vegan, but dairy-free, gluten-free, and soy-free. I'm going to be adding my birria jackfruit as I continue building out my birria taco. I'm going to garnish my birria tacos with diced onions and cilantro. Next, I'm going to simply fold my birria tacos in half very gently until both sides have melted the cheese and blended in with the birria jackfruit. Then I'm going to lightly brush my birria tacos once more with some of the sauce on both sides for added color.
That didn't take too long now, did it? So now I'm about to introduce to you my vegan version of birria tacos. Here we go, you guys. So this is the final end result, you guys. Look at that color. Look at the color from the birria sauce, the stew that I had. It has like a little hint of redness to it on both sides of my tortillas. And on top of that, you can see I have the jackfruit in here as well. And then I have my mozzarella and my cheddar shreds of cheese, as well as my onions and cilantros and a little of the chipotle salsa. So without further ado, you guys know this is my favorite segment of the video. I'm about to go ahead and try these with my consomme sauce that I made here. Check this out, you guys. My first time making it and I'm so proud. So all of the spices that you saw me put together with the peppers, some onions, cilantros, and I added just a touch of chipotle salsa as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my birria taco right here, you guys, and I'm gonna go ahead and go all in. Here we go. All right. Oh my gosh, this is so good. I hope I don't get any cilantro on my teeth. Okay, I'm good. You guys, this is amazing. It's so flavorful. Mm. 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 You guys, this is my very first time making this. You can taste the flavors, the spices from the peppers, from the Guajillo peppers and the Pasilla peppers as well. I was a little bit afraid it was going to be too spicy, but this was just the perfect amount. If you like spice, this is perfect. You might want to even take it up a notch and add more. But if you don't like spices, then you can scale back on the number of peppers that you put in as far as the Guajillo peppers. You guys, I just really followed this to a T and recreated this recipe within itself. This is absolutely amazing. And so on top of that, I'm going to go ahead and try this with my consomme sauce, if you will. So I'm going to dip it. This is a Mexican tradition right here with the birria tacos. Guys, you see that juice? Oh my gosh, here we go. Mmm, 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 mmm. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Oh my gosh. Mmm. This consomme just adds a nice little kick with the onions and the cilantro and the chipotle salsa. But again, it doesn't even need any seasoning. Oh my gosh, it's spicy. I can taste the spice now. Oh my gosh. Mmm, mmm, mmm. Absolutely amazing, you guys. Mmm. If you want to try something a little bit different, making a vegan birria tacos is a process. Just because you have to basically steam your jackfruit like twice. And so we're talking about a total of 2-hour intervals. However, it's so well worth it. You can get a lot done in 2 hours. You can watch clothes, you can watch some Netflix, you can do some yoga, you can work out, you can do a lot of things. But it's so well worth it. Oh my gosh. I'm going to be dropping a recipe for this. So if you guys want to make it, feel free to go ahead and do so. I am not going to stay on this video for too long because I am sweating, only because this is so good and it's a little bit spicy. So guys, until then, I should talk to you later, and I'll see you on another episode of Nikki's Savory Vegan Eats. Bye. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. So freaking good, you guys. Mm. Mm. Bye. So hot. Oh my gosh, those birria tacos were amazing. It was so freaking good. Oh my gosh, so hot. Oh. Chile, Guajillo. Mmm.